The baby raptor was found disorientated on the ground.
Hey, little mate. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, mate.
I reckon it could have sustained some serious injuries after falling from the nest.
I'll leave you with him for 1 sec. Now, this is the fastest animal on Earth. They can fly up to 300 kilometres an hour. Now, what that means is if you're about to fledge and you're not quite ready to fly, you're going to hit the ground really hard. And that's what might have happened here.
First of all, let's give this little fella a name.
What about Malcolm? Malcolm the Falcon. You like that? Malcolm the Falcon? Let's have a look at you, mate. His wings look good. No obvious breaks. And he's very noisy, very noisy.
He's got good reflexes in both feet. They're nice and tight. He's only a young bird. These white bits up top are chick down, which he sheds as he grows. The fact he's still got some tells me he's just left the nest or just fledged. I'm convinced Malcolm here hasn't suffered any injury to his body, so now I'm checking his head.
There's something that stands out straight away to me, and that is, I wave my hand here and the head turns, he can see the hand. I put my hand here, on the left side, he's not reacting at all. That's a big worry. Now, he can't survive in the wild with one eye, he must have two. They use their eyesight and they can detect prey up to several kilometres away. Now, unfortunately for Malcolm, without both eyes, there's no future for him in the wild. Hopefully, a non-functioning eye is all that he has. I'm still pretty concerned, so it's a trip to the vet. Hey.
Timmy, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. What have you got?
Malcolm the Falcon.
Malcolm the Falcon.
Peregrine Falcon.
I'm at the vet's, just down the road from us with Malcolm the Falcon.
He was found in the wild. He looks like he's just left the nest. He was captured, which was a concern to start with, that someone was able to get a hold of him.
Sure.
And he got brought into the park.
Come on, Mal. Dr. Peter Nosworthy keeps an eye on plenty of our animals at the park, so I'm more than confident he can see if a busted eye is all Malcolm has.
No worries if he's got a bad eye, that he's got a bad head.
Yeah, well, if he's got a bad eye, you may well have been flown into something, and that would make sense if they found him on the ground. I think that he may have had a trauma. It's the most logical thing. I mean, there are other possibilities, but it's trauma is the most obvious thing. You want to put him back in here? We're going to have to sedate him so I can have a better look at the eye, and then we'll take an X-ray.
Good boy.
I'm looking to see whether there's any damage at the back of his eye. He may well have some retinal changes in here, Tim, which is a bit of a fuss for us.
Okay, Timmy, it's detached.
Well, detached retina means blind.
Means blind.
Yeah.
Means blind in this. In you and I, they can do some laser surgery, and it's coming to small animals in Australia, but not at this stage.
X-rays will confirm whether Malcolm sustained any head injuries in the fall.
Okay.
That's it.
There you go. He can.
Easy.
He can go back in his cage.
Yep. You're waking up already, Mal. That's a good boy. I'm really worried about him now because we've confirmed that he's got eye damage, but hopefully there's nothing worse. I mean, poor little fella's already blind.
So we've had a whack top of the skull. It's cracked that bone. Yeah, all right.
And what, that pushes the retina forward?
Yes, it's pushed the eye forward as a trauma sort of thing, as you can imagine from a whack behind the head, and has detached the retina.
As the doc says, repairing small animals' eyesight is some way off. So the best thing for Malcolm is a life with us at the park.
It's not worrying him, he's not in pain.
Yep. Well, lucky and unlucky, hey, Malcolm the Falcon?
Yeah, well, he's alive and he'll continue to live, and I'm sure he'll be fed well.
Yeah, he'll live a good little life as an ambassador. He'll do a bit for his species anyways. I'm pretty disappointed, but on the upside, we can give him a good life. And look at it this way, if he was in the wild, I doubt he'd be alive. There's no place in the wild for a one-eyed peregrine falcon.
How you feeling, Malcolm? You had a good rest? Malcolm, the peregrine falcon, is recovering with us after a suspected fall from a tree.
Malcolm needs nursing. He's had a head injury and he's lost sight in one eye, so he's pretty fragile at the moment. He needs some TLC. Good boy. You need a good feed. You're a bit skinny.
Rest and a good feed are crucial to Malcolm's recovery.
You're all right. Here you go. Yeah, you're hungry. He's a bit clumsy, but he's trying. Yeah, if I get it in, is that better? Good boy, mate. He's had a big day, but he's on the mend. I'm going to keep Malcolm in a small cage for the time being. He's had a head injury, and the last thing I want to do is put him into a big aviary where he's going to get scared and bash himself about. Until he gets used to our presence a little bit more and starts eating, we'll keep him here. Then he can be upgraded to a bigger aviary where he can stretch his wings and grow. Here it is, mate. You ready to get in? Got some food in there for you.
It's a week later, and it's time to introduce Malcolm to his new home.
Welcome to your new home, buddy. He's been in a confined space for his own benefit, but he's going well now, and I reckon he can handle a bigger space to stretch out. Okay, you just take it easy. There you go, please, sit up. Good boy. Good boy, that's it. That's it, that's it. You got a room with a view, mate. This is the best aviary in the house. I've got a bit of food here for you. There you go. Ow! That was my finger.
Malcolm's future is in captivity, but that's a positive. In the wild, it was a one-way street. He faced certain death.
You do well in here, mate. You're halfway.
The next stage could be to find him a girl. That will take a little bit of time. We need to know that he's good, and, you know, those female peregrines, they're a handful, so Malcolm has to be strong and healthy.
You look good, mate. You look real good.